Hey guys, Chuck's back. I was only here yesterday doing a bit of work on my bench, charging up stuff. I got one of these yesterday. Came in the mail pretty late, and the pot on these pots, same as the other pots, they don't work. So you need to replace them. So I'm a bit disappointed with that. I went with that one just to see what it was like because Andy on the, what's he call his channel, the Solar Garage channel, suggested getting one, and I'd already gotten the older versions which worked pretty fine. So I did find that they had the same sort of problems. Now, another YouTuber, which I'll link down below, left me a message about these, and these at 200 volts would only put out less than 0.5 of an amp, I think, or yeah, it's got to keep under 180. And the heat underneath, he suggested to first build up some of the tracks, which I'm not sure which tracks he was mentioning. If he sees this and can get a photo of that and point to which tracks on the FET need to be built up, be much appreciated. I'd say it might even be this thin little track here, which I don't know why they'd make so small a track, but they might be bringing it out to the other side, who knows. Anyway, he also suggested to put I think it was a 60 by 40 by 10 mil heatsink. Well, I'm afraid, is it Vortex? I think his name is Vortrek, something like that. Sorry mate, I can't pronounce it, I'm just Australian. He suggested getting some double-sided tape, and he said 0.5 of a mil on a heatsink. Well, the only one I had was this piece, and it was taken off another piece of equipment just hanging around. It'd been there for a while, so I just left it somewhere and I found it. And I used some of this laminated paper, which they use in transformers to space out things with the metal and stuff. It's got a bit of tape. I'm not sure if that's going to burn, but I put some Kapton tape on the actual equipment, and I'm going to put it on here like this. So first thing I did was, this was too big, way too big, so I cut it. So there you go. See, I can use it as a comb now. I don't have any hair, but I can use it as a comb, but you know, who's going to want to do that? So what I'm going to think about doing is put this bit up the front like that, put this bit up the back like that, and zip tie it down, and I'm going to use a bit of glue and a bit of tape to stop that from shorting out, and then I can flip it over like this once I put the zip ties on, once I get in the right spot of course, and Bob's your uncle, it's all good. So I'll be able to use that. Might even actually move this a little bit to this side, and yeah, I'll be able to use that, and the other heatsink will dissipate the heat. Now I did find underneath there is actually another fan jack, which I can point out there, right there. Okay, the fan jack, I was thinking maybe putting a fan in there. It won't be one of these type fans, but it'll be a side blowing fan to blow air through that area, maybe glue it onto the board, a small fan out of say a laptop, and keeping the cool down, so it will actually take a lot more power. Well, it won't take a lot more power because the FET's probably only rated at 180, but it will try and protect it, because I did see on Andy's channel that he had a lot of problems with his. So I don't want any problems with mine. So I'll be able to glue that down in a second, zip tie that up and put that on. So I'll come back once I've done it. Just to let you know, I put caption tape along the sides to stop it from shorting out on any of the pins on the power, or even on the, especially on the MOSFET. I didn't want that to short out in any way, shape or form. So I've done that and I've zip tied them up. Now you have to go outside the actual rails to get it on, but you can still do it. It's still doable. That's hooked on. Now underneath, if you can, I don't know whether you can see this, I can see it just. I'll try and get it. Yeah, it's actually above it, so it's actually holding it above, but if it does touch, it's got captain tape and the transformer cardboard, you know, the material, this type of material on it, which you can get pretty much at any electronics shop, hopefully. And there, you just tighten it up, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, and first thing I'm going to do before I glue the other bit on, I'm just going to make sure it actually still turns on, or if I'm going to blow something up. I don't want you guys doing it. If I'm going to do it, I'll do it myself. So let's see if this is going to blow up. And guess what? It's still working, and still working pretty good. So I can still move it around, still do anything I need. And yeah, the only problem is I didn't replace or make the connection on the underneath bigger to take more power. But hey, if it works, it works. And that's pretty much it. Hey, didn't know that you can see the lights coming through down the bottom. That's pretty cool. Notice that? You can see the lights underneath. Anyway, the next one over is mowing, so I'm going to stop now. I'm going to glue this on, put a bit of captain tape on one side and glue it on with some plastic glue underneath at the front. Here's my captain tape, whatever it is called, and now I'm going to glue it onto the front, and that's it. And okay, I'm finished now, but I had to adjust this by putting a bit of extra plastic underneath, because, and that worked all good up there, but because the board's a little bit bent and I've adjusted that with a little bit extra room, it was a bit short here, so I just had to adjust them. Yeah, it doesn't look great, but it's going to work, so I'm just going to plug it in and see that it works. And it might help if I give it a bit of power. So I just came up with the Chinese symbols, and yeah, so pretty much finished now, and you can hear the mowing in the background, but I'm pretty happy with that. I can cut those off and remove them in a pretty timely manner. Yeah, I know this is a bit overkill, but I'm going to hook this in the back, glue it on, and hook it onto the power underneath. And then I've got this beautiful fan that cools the whole system down, and the two fans up the top will cool it as well, and that FET is never going to get hot, hopefully. It's not going to go over a certain temperature. What do you think? Leave your comments below, and a big thanks to the YouTuber that showed me that. I've got to link his channel. He hasn't got a lot of subscribers yet, but I'm hoping that everyone gets on board and gives him a bit of love. And yeah, everyone stays safe, have a great day, and yeah, all our thoughts are out there with India at the moment, because yeah, we're hoping they're gonna pull through. Anyway, that's it. So we're 2021, of course. Catch ya.